Hey, we are live. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. Also, tour Sierra Leone. We are rolling in April. If you're interested in rolling, hit me up. Again, hit me up if you're interested in rolling in April. Send me a message. dynastymirror.com. Search for Huru.com. Get my mic together. And I will get back to you. Again, dynastymirror.com, and I will get back to you. And also go to search for Huru.com as well. Check it out. We got you. We got you on this beautiful journey. This cold Sunday here in Atlanta. Again, it is cold here in Atlanta. I hate the cold. I don't understand. Why do people want to claim this cold? I was supposed to go live at 1 p.m. What happened at 1 p.m.? Something happened at 1 p.m.? I said I was supposed to go live at 1 p.m. I didn't know that. I didn't know I was supposed to go live at 1 p.m. I'm going live at no. Okay. I'm going live at 1 p.m. your time, Brandon, which is 4 my time. Yeah. So I am going live again at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which will be 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So you are correct. But I just wanted to get had some things, wanted some things to talk about that, wanted to cover earlier this week, but I just didn't get a chance to cover it. So we're gonna jump right in, everyone. We are going to jump right in again. Thank you for joining. Peace to Devin Grace in the chat room. Devin, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Make sure you go subscribe to Brandon's channel, Pan Africanism Strikes Back. Please go subscribe to that brother's channel. Shout out to Brandon, everyone. Shout out to Brandon. Thank you. This is my midday mass. Bam. Bam, my midday mass. Isn't it beautiful? I collect antiques, antique African statues, art. That's what I collect. That's my thing. That I got all of a sudden I got a green thumb now. Right, I got a green thumb. So I enjoy plants and stuff like that. I went on a plant shopping spree yesterday. Again, I went on a plant shopping spree yesterday. So, I got me some African violets, some spider plants. What else did I get? African violet, spider plant. Got my money plant over here, money tree plant, my lucky plant over here. What else did I get? I got some other stuff too. I had got some other plants, spider, that, and I got a ZZ plant. Yeah, we need more green in our life. Not weed. You're right. None of that weed that's being laced with fentanyl and all that other shit. People want to argue. I thought weed is from the earth, man. It's from the earth. They're putting all types of shit in the weed. So stay away from the weed. Stay away from the weed, guys. Stay away from the weed. Hold on. Stay away from the weed, and get your African violet. Some African violets. Oh man, look, I didn't broke. African violet's gonna hate me, man. I keep accidentally breaking the stems because I had to repot it. I had to repot it, resoil it, whatever you can call it, repot it. You had to repot it, and I in the process of repotting it, I broke a couple of the stems and the leaves. So we apologize. Noticed another one was broke. So yeah, get you some plants, man. Get you some plants. So yeah, with that being said, y'all, life is good. Life is good. Life is great. Can't complain. Cannot complain, you guys. And I'm gonna open up the lines here. Today's topic, we're gonna talk about Nigeria, venture capitalism going to Nigeria. That's not gonna happen. Prodac Pheno, they don't have the energy for that. That's not gonna happen. In fact, I'm gonna do a show about that tomorrow. Guys, I'm getting tired of this mic. I got some more. I got another one somewhere. My main mic broke. I gotta order some more mics. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't even trip about that. I would not worry about that. That's not gonna happen at all. Trust me. Ain't nobody gonna rise up. Okay, no one's rising up. So guys, let's get these likes. It helps with the algorithm. Yeah, I was in Home Depot yesterday. I went to Home Depot to get. Yeah, I was in Home Depot to buy something, and then I noticed all these African violets. No, I was in a Home Depot to get spider plant and a ZZ plant, and then I noticed my favorite plant is the African violet. So then I noticed they had African violets in Home Depot. I'm like, man, these African violets are here. So I went and bought, and they were cheap too. They was like for like the 4-inch ones, it was only like $4. So I bought like 5 or 6 of them because I already had the vases, the self-watering vases. And then I went to another plant store. What's the name of it? Oh man, I can't think of the name of it. I went in there to look for something, and they had some African violets in there, and in these nice self-watering pots. So I went, bought a bunch of those. So yeah, I got enough plants for. No, I don't. I got to get some more plants. I'm almost there. But I just wanted shout out to brother Fabian who's in the chart room looking for a pomegranate tree. Yeah, so like I said, in Home Depot, buying plants. That's what we do now. Buying plants in Home Depot. That's what we're doing now. But guys, like, share, subscribe. Go to dynastymir.com. I wanted to share this article real quick. We're going to jump right into it. I'll open up the lines here in about 23 minutes. All right, here we go. Serena Williams. Invests in Nigerian tech startup. Guys, I'm reading about a new Nigerian tech startup getting the bag every week. Serena Williams invests in Nigerian startup as part of growing interest in African tech. And so this is what I'm not gonna do it today. Tennis star Serena Williams and MBK Capital Partners have joined a growing number of investors in African startups. Guys, every week I'm reading an article about a new Nigerian startup that's getting venture capitalism by the millions every week. Williams Serena Ventures, AT&T Capital, Distributed Global, and others participated in raising $6.5 million for Nigerian crypto products developer Nestcoin. While MBK last week announced a $10 million facility with Move, Uber's vehicle supply partner in Africa. Startups on the continent have raised more than $125 million so far this year. Guys, we just hit February, and they're and African startups at $125 million as far as getting to the bag. $125 million to the bag, in the bag, raised already. That's, $125 million venture capitalism into African startups. Imagine here in America, ADOS, FBA, whatever you call yourself. Put your money together into tech, into crypto and tech, because it's still early. Into crypto and tech, because it's still early. And some of that venture capitalism money could be going to you. That's immediately what I was thinking. Man, 125 million. And I'm gonna go ahead and say about 100 million of that has went into has been flowing to Nigerian startups. How about ADOS FBA link up, create some product or service around tech, and have some of that money circulate into the FBA, ADOS, whatever you call yourself, community. I was just thinking about that. Instead of being mad on the internet, instead of being upset on the internet and mad on the internet and getting mad at everybody and immigrants and mad at this immigrant group and mad at this, mad at that, how about do something like this? And it's still, let me back up. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. The crypto game is so early. Man, when I say the crypto game is so early, the crypto game is so early. So you can develop a product or service around crypto and get some of this venture capitalism money. Instead of going online and talking about, how the white man is holding you back and how you a Native American and how you are Olmec and how immigrants are taking all the jobs. Shift that energy into startups. I don't know, just food for thought. Food for thought. Maybe I'm sounding crazy. Africa is attracting angel and venture capital funding as startups mushroom in the continent home to a tech-savvy and youthful population. To help fill a gap in financial infrastructure and last mile delivery of goods and services. Look, man, there were more than 500 early stage deals in Africa last year, raising about $5 billion. Why can't this money be flowing in? I mean, this FBA and ADOS community complain so much. Well, here's a solution. Tech startups. $5 billion. $5 billion. And this is what kills me about. And this is what kills me about. But it needs to be sitting around. Dr. Clyde Anderson has been talking about group economy for over 40 years. Guys, $5 billion in tech startup money that went to Africa last year. Meanwhile, they telling y'all to that the end game for Black America was to get rid of Donald Trump for free. Get rid of him for free. That was the end game. Get the orange man out of office and get nothing in return. Meanwhile, all this money is flowing in Africa right now. Here we go. $5 billion went to tech startups in Africa. Black Lives Matter took 90 million, and none of that 90 million is being circulated in the Black American community. That's another show. Guys, the point I'm trying to make, call yourself FBA, ADOS. None of this money's coming to America, into the Black community. It's going to Africa. So, when I used to play dominoes, Black Beauty is still early. Jackie, it's only 2:00. What you mean good night, chat? It's only 2:00. It's still early. 2:00 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know where you're at in the world. So when I used to play dominoes, and somebody had a big six or spin or whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Big five, whatever. If they hit for 40 bones or 40 whatever points, and you followed up with 20, 25, you know, you always said, I'm following that dope truck. That dope truck got money in it. Right now, the dope truck is going to Africa. So wouldn't it make sense to kind of shift some of your energy or attention in that direction? I mean, you're hearing all these economists, thought leaders who are telling us that they're focused on Africa, Asia, and India. Well, India is Asia, but they're focused on new up and coming markets, and they're all pointing to Africa. Meanwhile, right, you got this group telling you that the fight is here in America. Oh shit! Man, my goddamn speaker didn't fail. Shit just falling apart. Yeah. Okay. I know. I didn't know Jackie was I didn't know Jackie was in whatchamacallit. I didn't know Jackie was. I guess Jackie, you in Nigeria? Yeah, she's in Lagos. I didn't know she was in Nigeria. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. African startups are securing the bag, meaning they're telling y'all to fight for I don't know. What are you guys fighting for in America? They're telling you guys to fight for crumbs that you're never going to get here in America. Meanwhile, venture capitalism is going to Africa like crazy. $5 billion. Now, if that's the case, wouldn't you want to follow that model? Again, I'm not the smartest person in the world. Never claimed to be. I just have an agricultural, agricultural business degree from the University of Georgia. So I never said I was the smartest person in the world. But I'm just saying, the amount of money that's flowing to Africa, why not pay attention to that versus they're telling you to stay here and fight in America for a pipe dream? That's never going to happen. Follow the money. Right now, it's $5 billion to Africa. Meanwhile, they're trying to tell you guys like, hey, we got to sit here and fight and argue with immigrants all day online. I'm just saying. They got $5 billion. Meanwhile, here in America, you got nothing. Okay, let's finish the article. Nestcoin. Okay, here we go. Williams has previously invested in Andela, which trains software developers across the continent of Africa. Nestcoin is focused on developing Web3 application products based on cryptocurrencies or digital tokens that are tracked on blockchains. The company's products include Breach, a media platform that provides educative information on cyber assets and promotes their adoption. Metaverse Magna is Nestcoin's gaming business that rewards players in cryptocurrencies, mostly Bitcoin. It has also invested in payments platform LaserPay. We will continue to invest in Web3 applications in gaming, media, social platforms, and payments. Nestcoin co-founder and chief executive officer Yele Bademosi said in an email response to questions. Nestcoin is among companies that have jumped into Web3 technology as it becomes more popular globally. Much of the $30 billion that venture capitalists invested in crypto projects last year went into Web3 startups. So ADOS, maybe focus on Web3 startups and get some of that reparations money back. Because I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be honest. Excuse my language. Ain't nobody giving you shit. No one is giving the people who built this country shit. Why can't we just deal with the reality? No one is giving you shit, giving us shit. It's just, I'm sorry. I just had to say it. Excuse my language. Because $30 billion was just invested in crypto projects. Meanwhile, they're telling you to fight for reparations that you're not going to get. They're telling you to fight so that you'll be considered a separate class from other black people here in America, which is not going to happen. Meanwhile, you could be getting to this crypto bag. And this is literally, I didn't read this whole article at first. In fact, the Serena Williams article popped up on my timeline on Facebook, and I was like, let me do a show on this. I didn't even read it. I just read the title. But now as we go through this, I'm like, golly, there's so much. Hold on. Meanwhile, Africa's cryptocurrency market grew by 1,200% to more than $105 billion between July 20th and June 21st, according to New York-based research firm Chainalysis. Next coin started by Badamosi and Taiwo. Okay, my Yoruba family. Taiwo Orilogbon in November joins a growing list of Africa-focused startups raising money from investors seeking returns from emerging and frontier markets. Guys, what did I tell you from the beginning? When I hear these economists speak on the investing and investments, they're like, America's boring. We're moving on to emerging markets. Emerging market number one being Africa, followed by India. Meanwhile, you got a group of people telling you to put the fight right here, and then want to argue about it, and then not only argue about it, want to quadruple down on it, and say that they are Native American, Olmec, Hebrew Indians from America, and that the slave trade happened in reverse. And then they want to continue to double down on it. Well, Africa's coming over here. And so what? So what? Who's coming over here? And so what? Well, man, if it wasn't for our sacrifices, man, they wouldn't be able to come here, man. We built this country. And who cares? We're in 2021 and $105 billion is being spent on crypto projects. And this shit is just getting started. Like like we're not even at the tip of the iceberg yet when it comes to crypto. And people are and venture capitalists have put in $105 billion into it. Meanwhile, you're arguing about who's the real Native American. You know, you're arguing about who's the real Native American. $105 billion is being invested into crypto. But you want to be the real Native American. Let me move this back so there's no more accidents. I mean, think about that. $105 billion is invested in the crypto, but you want to argue who is the real Olmec. Yeah, who's the real Native American? Oh, we got a super chat. Shout out to that good guy, everybody. You want to argue about shit that, excuse my language, I'm sorry, excuse my language. You want to argue about shit you can't control. I'm sorry, ADOS FBA. You have no say and you cannot control what flows in and out of this country. What groups of people, what immigrants flow in and out of this country. You can't do it. with the amount of money that's being invested in Africa and just crypto alone, if I were you, I would be reaching out to these people. Hey, what's up? I see this is going on. What's going on? Where's the connect? I'll be trying to find a connect. I would be trying. I am okay. Listen, by definition, I am ADOS FBA. By definition, you're absolutely right. But I'm not goofy though. Like I'm not a goofball. All right, the majority of these FBA ADOS claiming folks are goofballs. They're goofy as hell. They arguing about who's the real Native American. I'm not arguing about who's the real Native American. I'm like, look, we got immersion. Money is being invested into your continent of origin. If you believe that, because now they're saying that they're Native Americans. That's your birthright. And he's sitting there talking about arguing about you, the real Native American. But yeah, you're right. By definition, I'm ADOS, I'm FBA, but I'm not goofy. I'm not a weirdo. I'm not arguing who's the real Olmec. I'm not trying to do it here in America. America's not my end game. That's the point I'm trying to make. You got to be out of your damn mind to be black and want to claim cold ass Detroit. You want to claim cold ass New York City. You want to claim cold ass Lincoln, Nebraska. You want to claim ICE. Who the hell wants to claim ICE? You got to be out of your mind. It's 30. It's like 38 degrees here in Atlanta right now. You got to be out of your mind and want to claim cold ass Atlanta. And what I mean by claiming, you got to be out of your mind and say you indigenous to Detroit, Michigan, and it's 10 below zero. I'm a Choctaw, Cherokee, Moor from Detroit. You got to be out of your damn mind. Who wants to claim that? You can have it. I'm a Choctaw, indigenous Moor from Boise, Idaho. You got to be out of your mind and want to claim Boise, Idaho. I'm an Olmec from Boise. Yeah. I'm a Choctaw from Boise, Idaho. You got to be out of your mind and want to claim cold ass Boise, Idaho. Yeah, you want to claim St. Louis, Missouri. Cold ass St. Louis. Yeah, give me number 2 beach in Sierra Leone all day. I'm the chief of river number 2 in Sierra Leone. All right, I'm the chief of river number 2 in Sierra Leone. You can have cold ass Atlanta. These folks are crazy. You indigenous to Buffalo, New York. You are indigenous to Buffalo, New York. You want to claim cold ass Buffalo, New York. Go right ahead. You want to claim cold ass Boston, Massachusetts. Go right ahead. I'm the chief. I'm Chief Olmec Hebrew Israelite Moor from Boston, Massachusetts. Cold ass. Is Boston in snow right? Hold on. Is Boston under snow right now? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me here we go. Hold on, let me find this real quick. Here we go. Here we go. Well, see, the white man came from the snow in the caves of Europe. Well, goddamn, you trying to claim the snow in the caves of America. What's the difference? You want to be indigenous to this shit? This is what you indigenous to? Well, see, the white man is from the caves in the snow of Europe. Well, goddamn, you from the snow in the caves of goddamn Boston, Massachusetts. What's the difference? What's the difference? Somebody come on and explain this shit to me. What is the difference? See, the white man came out of the snow in the caves of Europe. Iceman, prehistoric white man came out of the snow of Europe. Well, goddamn, you came out of the snow in caves of goddamn Detroit. What's the difference? I mean, what's the difference? Goddamn, who wants to claim this shit? At least claim Miami. I mean, God, claim Miami. Claim Miami. If you don't claim, so claim Miami. That's what killed. Like nobody, they don't want to claim none of the beautiful islands. They don't want to claim Jamaica. They don't want to claim none of the beautiful islands. They want to claim cold ass North America. They want to be indigenous to Boise, Idaho. I mean, God, at least claim, Jamaica, Belize. They don't want to claim none of that. They see the white man came from the snow in the caves of Europe. And their argument is, well, we came from the snow of Connecticut. We are indigenous to the snow of North Dakota and South Dakota. No islands, Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, nah. They were North Dakota and Oklahoma. Well, see, we was already here on the reservations of Oklahoma. God, hold on, stop the show. Damn well. And see, this is how this indigenous shit is some bullshit here in America. Damn well that when them tropical folks got over here, all right, allegedly, and they came and that winter hit, okay, and that winter hit, they got the hell on. If that case in point, I'm gonna give you a true story. The black loyalists that fought on the side of the British, they were trying to get the fuck out of here. So they say, we're gonna fight on the side of the British during the Revolutionary War. The British lost. They went to Canada to somebody help me out. They went to Canada, Nova Scotia. It was so damn cold in Nova Scotia. Them folks said they were begging. They were begging Britain to get them the fuck out of Nova Scotia, and they went to Sierra Leone. You guys act like black people enjoyed this shit. Like, you really want people to believe that black people enjoyed this shit right here. Okay, you got it. when the black loyalists went to Nova Scotia, they said, "Man, get me the hell out of here now." And they sent them to Sierra Leone. And you guys don't believe this. I don't know why my speaker keeps shifting like this. I'm just saying, y'all. We gotta stop. Okay, let me get back on topic. I'm sorry. Let me get back on topic. Sorry about that. Had a rant. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Meanwhile, as investors such as MBK said they are aware of the risk that come with investing in Africa. Yeah, there's always risk in investing anywhere, not just Africa, but anywhere. From regulation to governance and foreign exchange shortages, and still think it's worth it. Move has increased Uber's penetration in sub-Saharan Africa. MBK's chief executive officer Yasser Mustafa said in an interview on Bloomberg TV, "It's a rocket ship of a business, is growing thousands of percent every year. We think we can overcome any currency issues, tax issues when we have that kind of growth and potentially expansion for them outside of sub-Saharan Africa." On Monday, a who's who of Swedish tech founders and chief executives committed finance to a new impact fund focused on supporting entrepreneurs in Africa. Africa, not America. Africa. Eyes are turning toward Africa. Okay, let me read this again. Eyes are turning toward Africa as the next epicenter for digital disruption, said Hans Oderling, a partner of Northstone Ventures, which is spearheading the Swedish equity growth fund, Norsken 22. Man, there we go. I mean, there we go. So there we go. All right, so next, Freedman's Borough. All right, hold on. I want to read this. This is important. Hold on. This is important. I want to read this. Hold on one second. This is important. Remarks by Vice President Harris and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen in a moderated conversation at the Freedman's Bank Forum. Now, guys, Dr. Clyde Anderson talks about this a lot, right? As far as the Freedmen, it was owed to the Freedmen. So what they've done now, just to jump right into it. So the Freedmen's Bank Borough was intended for Black people. Now they've shifted it and they made it where all minorities could benefit from it. But at the end of the day, Black people in America chose integration. So Black people in America chose to be considered minorities first, Black second. So why are you mad? Why are you upset? Okay. Vice President, good afternoon or good morning. Good morning, everyone. Please have a seat. Okay. Okay. It is my great pleasure to be here with Secretary Yellen and with all of you. We're looking forward to a robust and in-depth conversation. And Secretary Yellen, okay, I want to get to, hold on. Let me go. Hold on. Here we go. Let me start here. So now they started off, right? Kind of on the black side. But then we're going to read through this. You know, earlier this year, I welcomed Mother Viola Fletcher and her younger brother, Mr. Hughes Van Ellis, to my ceremonial office at the Executive Office Building. Mother Fletcher, as many of you know, is 107 years old. And her younger brother, Mr. Van Ellis, is 100 years old. And they both survived the Tulsa Race Massacre. But look what they did. I'm going to continue. Mother Fletcher and Mr. Van Ellis were just children when a white supremacist mob burnt down Black-owned homes and businesses and decimated the Greenwood district. But 100 years later, the memory of that tragedy, the smoke in the streets, the piles of bodies was fresh in their minds, as was the memory of the thriving community that they lost. By their account, by every account, the Greenwood district was a very special, and I think we all know it was a very, very intentional place. It was not the product of whim or fancy or circumstance. It was a design and intention, and it was a design and intentional in that way. And it was designed and intended to be a community, a thriving community within a community, an economy in which Black people supported one another, lift one another up, and modeled excellence, in which Black people could determine their own future. Some of us refer to that as self-determination, to put equity firmly at the center of our economic policy. So I talk about that today because I believe we must draw from the lessons. Look what they did. Look what they did. So they're using the Black struggle to now incorporate all minorities. But hey, this is what Black people asked for. Black people wanted to be inclusion, and we wanted integration. So we really can't be mad. So I talk about that today because I believe we must draw from the lessons of Greenwood and Freedman's, Sweet Auburn and Blaylock Van. We must be intentional. Here's what I know to be true. America is a nation that is driven by the ambition and aspirations of our people. See, here we go. Here we go. But I also know that in America today, deep racial disparities continue to hold people back from achieving all they can. See how they shifted? Today, the wealth gap persists. Today, the home ownership gap persists. Today, access to capital is unequal. There was my music at. What happened to my music? Okay, we got to run from the beginning. Let's run from the beginning. Okay, there we go. There we go. I believe the actions. There we go. As one example, Black entrepreneurs are 3 times more likely to report that a lack of access to capital negativity affects their profit margins. I believe that the actions we are taking and must take to address these disparities will define our nation's strength and economic strength in the 21st century. Our economy is growing faster than it has in decades. Unemployment is down to 4.2%, and nearly 6 million jobs have been added since January. As a nation, we cannot take this growth for granted, and we must make sure that everyone shares in this growth and to sustain it. In a moment, the Secretary and I are going to sit down here, and we're going to discuss some of the intentional actions that our administration is taking to lower costs of families and to remove barriers to success within all, not just Black, within all communities. So they use the Black struggle as a springboard for everybody to benefit from, I would say, the reparations. Let me jump to this point. Hold on. Let me jump to this part. And following up on that, today I'm very proud to announce that almost $9 billion is now available to increase lending to small businesses in underdeserved communities. Not just Black communities, underdeserved. And I'll say, yes, that's a lot of money. I'm going to go off script for a minute. Yes, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of dough. But what we also intend to do is to look to you.
the leaders in the private sector to talk about how we can maximize the capacity of that infusion in a way that everyone is participating in the potential to exponentially grow that investment in our communities. Here we go. Throughout the year, I've consulted with the most active community lenders in our nation. Those who serve rural communities in Oregon and urban communities in California, including my hometown of Oakland, California. Those who serve low-income communities in the Mississippi Delta. Bill, I think you are here somewhere. Pouring capital in communities that are starved of it. Providing financial services to communities that lack those services entirely. Communities like Ida being a town of 1,800 with a median income of 17,000 communities filled with people with ambitions, with aspirations, with dreams for themselves and their children and their community. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I have consulted with many community lenders who serve tribal communities in the plains of South Dakota. And we're not talking you fake Native American. You know you are. You fake, I ain't African, I'm Native. They're not talking about you. I'm not African, I'm Native American. They're not talking about you. Where Native women are making quills that are important to their community, knowing there is a market for it based on the culture and traditions of those communities. And who needed a community leader, they needed a lender. But it just so happens that the community lenders understand best the needs of these communities and see potential then for growth. Community lenders understand the value in providing access to capital directly to these communities. They sit down with the folks in these communities, they listen to the folks in these communities, they identify with and understand these communities, and that's what makes them so successful. And because they do, they add significant value to these communities in our entire country. So here's the bottom line. I believe that when we unlock the economic power of every community in America, not just Black, you guys. Now, they use the Black, trauma. So Black trauma is used to benefit all communities. And we all know that the percentage of whatever is being provided that's going to go towards the Black community is going to be slim. We already know that. There is nothing we cannot achieve in America when we unlock that power. Our families will be more secure, our businesses will be more successful, and our nation will be more competitive. When every community reaches its full potential, so too does America. There we go. I want to read this part too. Okay. Oh, let me read what Yellen said. Secretary Yellen, thank you so much, Madam Vice President, and welcome everyone. We are honored to host you at the Treasury today. This is the Freedman's Bake Forum, and I know most of us are familiar with the history. Founded by Lincoln in 1865 to help newly freed slaves build wealth. Again, newly freed slaves build wealth. The bank's books were in shambles by 1874, largely because of poor oversight by a Congress that had waning interest in Reconstruction. Frederick Douglass, who had agreed to be the bank's president, tried to save it. He deposited $10,000 of his own money. But the show of confidence didn't work. The bank failed, and more than 61,000 African Americans lost their savings. Okay? So this was intended for free slaves. Now let me skip down to this part. Here we go. So something that was intended for free slaves, now, if you are Black or Hispanic or Asian or a Native entrepreneur, we know it's harder to get your hands on funding to open a shop or to keep the lights on or to meet customer demand. And this has been particularly true during the pandemic. In the recent small business credit survey, the Fed found that while roughly 40% of white-owned firms reported receiving all the non-emergency funding they sought last year, the number for Hispanic-owned firms was just half. 20%, and for Black-owned firms, it was just 13%. Now containing that 13% is a woman named Brandon. Okay, we don't need to read that part. But again, guys, point I'm trying to get. The Freedman's Bank, which is intended to help free slaves, is now going to be used to include all minorities. But at the end of the day, we wanted to integrate, so it's what it is. So hopefully you guys understood that. It's what it is. So yeah. So yeah, man, that's what it is, man. Every community. We get the bomb dropped on us. Every community benefits from the reparations. So yeah, it's what it is, y'all. With that being said, for those people who were trying to block Ice Cube, who were arguing up and down with Ice Cube when he wanted to meet with both parties to see what we get for a vote, you guys owe that man an apology. In closing, you guys owe that man an apology. You guys owe Ice Cube an apology. That's what you guys do. So, whatever. Guys, with that being said, like, share, subscribe. Go to dynastymere.com. Tours coming up. Sierra Leone in April. Nigeria in August. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mere, search for Peace.